Good morning, YouTubers. Well, you can hear some background noise out there. They're out there spraying the hallways, cleaning the dirt off. But today I'm back again, and this will probably be a multi-series, and with a part one and a part two. As I promised, I'm going to talk to you about the Philippines. Basically, my Philippine fantasies. About a year and a half ago, when I was searching YouTube, I ran across a few vloggers from the Philippines and I started watching them. And the next thing you know, I was just hooked. Uh, the first ones I came across was basically that gorgeous young lady called the Filipino P. And then I had Geo in the Philippines, Mike's Philippines Retirement, Old Dog New Tricks, Fly Me to the Philippines. All these people gave me information and started the juices in my mind swirling about saying, that's where I should be. I should be in the Philippines. And of course the biggest reason is I am 81 years old, retired, living on pension and Social Security. Uh, Granted, I'm not destitute, but I keep getting caught with these fixations about if I lived in the Philippines, I could live a lot better, and I mean a lot better. For example, I currently pay $1,500 a month for a one-bedroom apartment here in Texas. For a two-bedroom condo in the Philippines, I would pay between $600 and $800 a month. Right there, that's $700 a month that I would have for something else. Food over there, not necessarily a big savings, unless I'm going to change my dietary habits and start eating street food, which probably wouldn't. I would probably go to the stores and buy westernized food. But there are other things that really made it important for me or interesting for me to go. But I couldn't pull the trigger. I sat on a couple of trip places. I got in my United account, and for airlines, by the way, they don't sponsor me. And I started saying, I had everything set. I had a flight, I had the price that I'd like for a round trip to go to the Philippines. And the first thing that hit me is said, my God, that's going to take 23 hours from the time I leave to the time I arrive. And I wasn't going to arrive in Manila, I was going to fly to Cebu. And from Cebu, I would either stay there for a while and then go to Dumaguete or Bacolod or one of the other locations. But I was going to start in Cebu for a while. And the reason for that is I don't drive anymore. And in Cebu, I could get a condo, which is right by the malls and the areas that I want to be, within walking distance. I'm not a big sightseer anymore. I don't scuba dive, I don't climb mountains, I don't go hiking, but I do like to walk around for my exercise. And Cebu and going to those malls where everything is self-contained, you've got your grocery stores, you've got your pharmacy, you've got your coffee shops, you've got your restaurants, you've got your movie theaters, a bar or two maybe for an adult beverage now and then. But it's all located within walking distance to your condo. And the condos are security, there are guards on duty to get in and out. Granted, the size of the condo is not as big as, the apartment size is not as big as basically an apartment here in the States. But you don't need as much when you're just single like I am. So I started thinking, what would it take for me to move? All the pluses were adding up and I really wanted to do it. And I started thinking on the other side. I looked around my apartment. I looked at all my life history, my photographs, my computers, my furniture, my mementos. It would cost me an arm and a leg to ship most of this stuff over there. And as most of the people say when you listen to the vloggers, they just push on and go with um, selling everything and buying all new over there or renting fully furnished. So, could I get rid of all my stuff? And it is just stuff. But at 81, it's stuff that is laced with memories. I have memories from my time, like I have a couple of Japanese silk paintings that I had made during my days when I was stationed in Japan. And that's back in the 1970s. I have other places where I've been stationed in the Navy. I have my hat collection. Basically, I have 20 some hats, which is going to be the focus of another YouTube uh, session at another time. But all these things I'd have to get rid of. I mean, I certainly wouldn't ship my 65-inch TV over there. My laptop I could carry, but I have a tower computer, which I really like. So I'd have to make arrangements for somehow getting that over there, and I'm kind of shaky about shipping it, having it destroyed in the way. I have extra monitors, all replaceable over there, but it's additional money for startup. But the biggest thing that kept me back or held me back was medical. At the time when I first was interested, I weighed about 235 pounds. Well, now I weigh under 200 pounds. I've found a good diet that works for me, and under my doctor's supervision, I have lost 40 pounds since last January. That's January of 2024. So I am in better shape, but still at 81, I take a number of pills. The pharmacies over there, so I understand, you may or may not be walked in with a 30-day or 90-day prescription. They may or may not be able to fill it. Or they may only be able to give you 10 days worth. And so they mark off 10 days on your script, and you have to come back again to get some more. Or the hospitals. Are the hospitals up to the Western standards? I mean, at 81, there's a good chance of I may be visiting hospitals in the near future for different illnesses and stuff. Would I live close enough or have to live close enough or have to live in a location where the hospitals are better? That's why I was kind of leading towards Cebu and a couple of the other bigger cities, because their hospitals and their medical facilities are, so we say, better off than some of the other places. I don't drive anymore, so I need to be in a place where I can get a Grab or a taxi or learn their trolley or bus systems to get from point A to point B, or be within walking distance. So that makes it hard to find a place where I was going to live. The women. Now, I can't see me at 81 years old having an age relationship with somebody who is 25 or 30. Now, that's not going to work for me. First of all, it would probably kill me, but I'd die with a smile on my face, but it would kill me. No, I would have to, if I wanted to get a relationship, which I'm not really interested in anymore, I'd have to find somebody about in their 60s anyways, around the late 50s, early 60s, and basically it's a caretaker for my future. So those things came into my mind as I sat at my United account, and I couldn't push the button. I said, do I really want to go? I'm leaving my family. I have a son that lives in Florida, another son that lives here in Texas near me. I'd be leaving their area. My grandchildren, I wouldn't see them. My great-grandchildren, I definitely wouldn't see them. I just couldn't pull that trigger. But in the back of my mind, I still sit down, or actually, when I sit and watch television, I still turn on YouTube. I still watch the vloggers from the Philippines, and I still dream and wish that I could join them. Hey, if you like these discussions, give me a thumbs up. If you have a comment, I would certainly like to answer them. down below, just write a comment down in the bottom part. I will get to it as soon as I can. So my next topic I'm going to talk about in the near future is my hat collection. I have 20 to 30 some Navy hats, and they're all hanging on the wall. Each one carries a little bit of a story. So in my next session, we'll talk about that. Of course, I may have more to say about the Philippines in my part 2 of this video. But once again, I appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs